Good evening and thank you for watching the news on Times TV. I'm Edita Soko. First, the headlines. President Lazarus Chakwera says fertilizer prices are expected to drop in the near future following the completion of the Liwonde Fertilizer Terminal. The World Health Organization approves Malawi's interest to roll out a national malaria vaccination program. And the National Oil Company of Malawi calls for strengthened partnerships between stakeholders in the fuel importation business. We have these and other stories. Do stay tuned. And our first news item tonight, President Lazarus Chakwera says his government is expecting the price of fertilizer to drop in the near future following the completion of the Liwonde Fertilizer Terminal in Machinga District. President Chakwera made the remarks when he opened the terminal on Tuesday. The terminal has been constructed by the Malawi Fertilizer Company Limited. Johannes Simon has this report read by Mandi Wandani.
President Lazarus Chakwera says the construction of the terminal fits well in the Malawi 2063 agenda, which intends to create a new Malawi which will be inclusive. He says with the terminal, Malawi Fertilizer Company will be blending fertilizer using the 30% of local resources, which can help to reduce the price of fertilizer with about 30%. Chakwera invited Malawians in diaspora to come to invest back home because Malawi is a free country which is a safe environment for investment. He says the exit strategy for the affordable import program is to have a lot of fertilizer companies which will be manufacturing the product locally. He says he wants fertilizer to be exclusively cheap for a common Malawian to ensure that the country is food secure. The president also encouraged companies in the country to be taking care of their employees so that they can develop the country together. In his remarks, Malawi Fertilizer Company Chief Executive Officer Christos Gianakis says the company will also construct a modern laboratory to ensure that the fertilizer which will be processed at the site is meeting the required standards. In addition to that, Gianakis also says the company is in the process of constructing a 320 kilowatt solar plant as a way of having reliable source of power which can easily help the company to function properly. In his remarks, Minister of Agriculture Robin Lowe described the 40,000 kwacha for a 50 kilogram bag of fertilizer demand by some suppliers is the joke for the season. He says government is expecting the suppliers for this year's AIP to reduce the price, failing which government will explore other avenues. Lowe says government will not bow down to pressure by fertilizer suppliers to sell fertilizer at a higher price.
Following successful trials of malaria vaccines, the World Health Organization, or WHO, has nodded to Malawi's interest to roll out a national vaccination program. Ministry of Health's spokesperson Adrian Chigumbe said in an interview today that this would happen in a few months when all district hospitals become vaccination centers. Blessings Mpinganjira reports.
Chigumbe said they want to mobilize all the necessary resources to ensure the vaccine is available in all public hospitals. He said since the introduction of the pilot phase of the vaccine 2 years ago, Malawi has registered a reduction of deaths among under 5 children in the districts that were administering the pilot phase of the vaccine.
Malawi has done very well, and WHO now has given us a go-ahead to roll out the vaccine to the rest of the districts in Malawi. We were waiting for this moment, and we are excited because we have seen a remarkable decline in malaria incidents in the districts that were administering the vaccine during the first introduction.
Health rights campaigner Maziko Matemba says the vaccination will reduce malaria-related deaths among the under 5 children and it will serve as economic cost saving in the Ministry of Health. Bite. The mosquito-borne disease is one of the fastest silent killer diseases, claiming almost 2,500 lives in Malawi every year.
The National Oil Company of Malawi says Malawi is using 1.7 million liters of fuel every day. NOCMA Deputy Chief Executive Officer Helen Muluma was speaking in Lilongwe during a meeting with the country's fuel transporters. She said on a monthly basis, Malawi spends between $15 and $25 million worth of fuel. According to Buluma, it is critical for Malawi to have a cordial relationship between stakeholders in the fuel importation business, including transporters. She explains to our reporter, Tawanga Sabola.
The purpose of the meeting was for us to agree on a roadmap in terms of how we are going to work with the transporters in terms of the next forthcoming fuel supply contracts. As you are aware, we have had issues in the past where transporters have complained about a number of issues. So one of the main objectives was to clarify the Incoterms that are going to be used, but also to agree in terms of how we will actually work together going forward so that we do not undermine the security of fuel supply in the country.
That is NOCMA Deputy Chief Executive Officer Helen Buluma. The Ministry of Tourism and Mzuzu University have signed a memorandum of understanding with focus on uplifting the tourism sector in the country. In the pact, the ministry has been tasked with helping in the redesigning of the university's curricula to be in line with the demands on the market. Patience Lunda with the details.
At the signing ceremony held at Mzuzu University Dundozo campus, the two sides have also agreed that hospitality students from the university should also be offered internship opportunities, among others. In an interview, Minister of Tourism Michael Usi said tourism can't grow with bad services, hence the need for strategic collaboration between key players. Usi added that the
foreigners.
On his part, the Mzuni Vice Chancellor John Kalingasaka said the pact signifies the ministry's commitment towards strengthening human capital for the tourism sector. Saka said the university is working on having certification of its skills application center so that it can be a tourism destination.
As a public institution which is also involved in useful research or conducting research, we have agreed on areas of partnership so that indeed when we have trained young men and women here and we would like internship to be provided by the ministry, there is that window.
Mzuzu University is the only public university in the country offering courses in tourism and hospitality management. This far, 245 students have graduated in tourism academic programs from the university, 115 of which are females.
Now, First Lady Monica Chakwera says there is a need for development partners and the government to work together in fighting gender-based violence, or GBV, and safeguarding the girl child in the country. Madam Chakwera made the remarks during the first screening of a documentary titled A Girl's Gaze, organized by the Embassy of Belgium Delegation of Flanders in collaboration with the European Union and the United Nations. Rebecca Jimjeka has more in this reported by Thali Banda.
The documentary screening event was part of the commemoration of the International Day of the Girl Child, which falls on the 11th of October every year, as one way of celebrating the girl child and recognizing the challenges girls face in the society. Chakwera said despite making strides on women and girls empowerment, a lot needs to be done fighting GBV, especially child marriages.
I'm strongly supporting this plight and want to call upon all of you to raise awareness and take a stand against these issues, as so many women and girls in Malawi are exposed.
In her remarks, Minister of Gender, Child Development and Social Welfare, Patricia Gariadi, applauded the existing leadership with various organizations and embassies in the fight against the vice, citing despite flaws, there are some success stories to be celebrated. EU Ambassador to Malawi, Rune Skinnerberg, said the EU recognizes the importance of protecting and promoting the girl child and the need to join hands in the dealing with challenges affecting girls and young women.
All people, in all their diversity, should be free to live their chosen life, thrive socially and economically, participate and take a lead as equals.
EU resident coordinator Maria Jose Torres outlined various achievements through the UN-funded Spotlight initiative in promoting girl rights, citing the formation of bylaws to deter child marriages in various communities as one key to achievement.
And the Girls Empowerment Network Malawi engaged female learners at Manja Primary School in Blantyre, where they encouraged them to work hard in their studies. During the day, officials from the organization and other professionals clad in school uniform interacted with the girls and also motivated them through career talks. Jeanette Program's advisor Takondo Aliwo said girls need motivation and empowerment if they are to achieve their dreams. She explains.
We are standing in solidarity with the girls all over the country. As Girls Empowerment Network, we believe that girls, when they are empowered, they are able to change their story and achieve their dreams. So we are here just to interact with them, to tell them that we were once girls like them and we have achieved our dreams. And if we can do it, they can do it as well. Progress is being made because most organizations have now realized that girls are no longer just observers to development. A lot of organizations and even the donor community is investing in girl empowerment work, but there's still more work to be done because as we empower the girls, we are also discovering that there is a lot of challenges that we need to address. So progress is being made.
And head teacher at the school, Ignatius Ngomba, called upon organizations and other people to be involved in such interactions with girls in order to encourage them and hear their challenges.
We gather them and tell them some of the things which they should avoid. The impact will be there. They will be encouraged to do the activities even when they go home. And when they are here at school, they will organize themselves to do the activities.
Meanwhile, wife to State Vice President Mary Chilima has stressed the need for girls to have access to online platforms, pointing out that the cost of being offline is substantial. Madam Chilima made the remarks in Lilongwe on Monday during a roundtable discussion organized by Plan Malawi in commemoration of the International Day of the Girl Child. It was held under the theme Digital Generation, Our Generation.
Everything we do is online, and if we're to be relevant, we have to be relevant online. So this year's theme was Digital Generation, Our Generation, meaning girls want to be included online. And currently, there is a gender disparity in terms of the number of women or girls that are participating online. In the future, jobs, health, education will all be online. So this year's theme was to make sure girls are not left behind, but they're included on the online platform. So today we listen to different girls talk about the different experiences that they face online, and they've made different appeals to government, to stakeholders, and to us as parents.
And on her part, Plan International Malawi Country Director Phoebe Kasolga said participants wanted to discuss challenges in digital literacy, including misinformation and disinformation. You're watching the news on Times TV. We'll be back with more shortly.
We all start differently, but we can all start with the strongest protection. Because some start early, others start late. Some from little homes, others from big ones. Some start together, or all on their own.
It doesn't matter how you start, as long as you start strong. With new Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection. Now with fluoride plus arginine for 4 times more strengthening power. So that you can give them the strongest start to their day. Colgate. Start strong, stay strong.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like if your bank was really there for you, as they say? We mean really there for you when you need to recharge. Or your most intimate moments. You got it right here. While you're focused on things that matter, you can trust that First Capital Bank is focused on you.
Our Lady of Wisdom in Limbe will be celebrating 100 years of existence in Malawi. The celebrations will take place at the school's grounds from 9 a.m. on Saturday, 9th October 2021. Theme for the centenary celebrations is Thanking God for 100 years of educating and empowering the girl child. A special cloth and t-shirts are on sale at the school and in Lilongwe from Mrs. Stella Kuzemba on sale number 0.
If there's one thing that all soaps do, it's wash. From buckets to basins, bathrooms to streams, and everything in between.
Soap swash!
Yes, but Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more, protecting you against 99.9% of germs. So what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
Welcome back. The Northern Region Water Board says the introduction of prepaid water meters has helped them create trust with customers, saying they are not receiving as many water queries as before. The board has so far installed 26,373 prepaid meters, representing 40% of its overall customers. Josephine Chibofia has this report read by Sam Kalimira.
Northern Region Water Board Public Relations Officer Edward Mirenda said the prepaid water meters have improved the relationship between the board and customers, as evidenced by reduction of water bill queries. Mirenda also said they have managed to clear debts that most customers had, who are now able to manage their water consumption. In the inception of the exercise, the board had issues with government institutions who were reluctant to have prepaid water meters. According to Nyirenda, that has been ironed out after fruitful discussions. Such institutions included hospital and police. He, however, said prepaid water meters are expensive and this is delaying their project, but was optimistic that by 2024, all its customers would have prepaid water meters. Commenting on the matter, Consumer Association of Malawi Director John Capito said with the coming in of prepaid meters, consumers are able to monitor and control water consumption, unlike with postpaid meters. The board started the exercise in 2019.
Now, Demeter Agriculture Limited on Tuesday organized a road show in Lilongwe where the company showcased its crop varieties to farmers. This came as the Department of Meteorological Services announced that Malawi is now in the rainy season from October 1st. Demeter's National Sales Manager Benson Bandas.
It's very huge from Sanje to Jitipa, from Nchinji to Nkota. So we are not actually targeting only in the cities, only in the trading cities, centers, but we are targeting everywhere where the farmers are.
And in sports, President Lazarus Chakwera hosted Malawi women's national football team, the Scorchers, to a luncheon at Kamuzu Palace. Chakwera had an audience with the players and members of the technical panel. Mavuto Kambwe has more.
For the first time in the history of women's football in the country, Chakwera gave audience to the players and the members of the coaching panel. In his remarks, Chakwera hailed the players for reaching the COSAFA Cup final for the first time in the history of the competition. Chakwera said the Scorchers have put Malawi on the international map. In April this year, the president also hosted the Flames to a luncheon after they qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations finals after beating Uganda 1-0. Taking his turn, Minister of Youth and Sports, William Sungama, said the team performed beyond expectations.
It's quite encouraging because it's the first time for the Scorchers to reach finals, for the first time the Scorchers to be hosted by His Excellency. It's an encouragement, and as you notice from their faces, even what they've just said, they are so excited, and they say they will work extremely hard just to make sure that they will bring the cup one of these days. And from now, they're also going into the camp. You know, this is a morale boost. So they're going there with, fired up, and for sure we know that something good is going to come out of that.
On his part, Scorchers coach Maginebat Katsua was also excited.
Very, very significant to the side of the Scorchers, and not only the Scorchers, the whole Malawians as a whole. So it brings a big morale to the team, to the Malawians, that we came to meet the president. He invited us here, invited the team, to commend them on what they did in South Africa. So the team, the players as a whole, and the technical, we are all delighted to say we appreciate what the president has done.
During the competition, Malawi registered 3 victories and 2 losses in 5 matches. Malawi finished second during the competition after losing 1-0 to Tanzania in the final.
And that's the news tonight, and now the headlines again. President Lazarus Chakwera says fertilizer prices are expected to drop in the near future following the completion of the Liwonde fertilizer terminal. The World Health Organization approves Malawi's interest to roll out a national malaria vaccination program. And the National Oil Company of Malawi calls for strengthened partnerships between stakeholders in the fuel importation business. Remember, you can get more on these and other stories by visiting our website www.times.mw, liking our Facebook page Times 360 Malawi by subscribing to 1895 and following us on Twitter at Times 360 Malawi. Now remember to wash your hands regularly, observe social and physical distance, mask up and get vaccinated to prevent COVID-19. Please stay safe. You've been with me, Elita Soko. Have a lovely night.